I definitely should have owned Google.
What if I told you that every time Warren Buffett finally moves into a major tech stock, he's saying the company's future is stronger than everyone thinks? This past week, filings showed that Berkshire quietly bought about $4.3 billion worth of Google stock. Back in April, Google was trading near $140. Today, it's already above $280. Over 100% growth in 7 months. Most investors who enjoy bargains like Buffett does stay away from that. He did the opposite. And when you look at the backstory, it gets even more interesting. Over a decade ago, he met with Larry Page and Sergey Brin. He liked them, and even gave them a quick lesson on how Berkshire structured its voting power, something Google later used to keep control at its IPO. But he didn't invest. He later admitted it openly.
Then the question is, why don't you own Google?
That's a pretty damn good question. But I don't have a good answer. I definitely should have owned Google.
Then he watched Geico, one of his own companies, spend massive amounts on Google ads and realized he misread the business.
The guys came to see me before when they were...
Larry and Sergey?
Yeah, and we were using search at Geico in a significant way, so I knew the power of search.
To understand why this move with Google matters, look at the last time Buffett reversed himself on a tech company. With Apple, Buffett began small, about $1 billion in 2016. He kept buying, eventually putting nearly $40 billion into the company. And what followed that first buy is important. Apple went on to anchor nearly a decade of market leadership as large-cap tech consistently outperformed the broader market. Even after trimming it, Berkshire still sits on roughly $60 billion of Apple today, and more than $100 billion in gains. It became one of the most successful investments of his entire career. And before you compare this to Snowflake or TSMC, here's the real difference. Those companies never met the conditions Buffett needs to hold a tech stock for a decade. They had scale, but not the stability. TSMC carried geopolitical risk he couldn't model. And Snowflake didn't yet have the long-term margins he trusts. Google is the first time since Apple where the business model, market conditions, and long-term cash engine all line up with how Buffett actually invests. Buffett only keeps tech long-term when 3 things line up. He thinks the company will earn far more in the future than the market expects. He believes the competitive edge will survive competition and regulation. And he sees a business strong enough to generate steady returns in a world where traditional bonds offer less protection. Search, YouTube, cloud, and the infrastructure behind AI all point in that direction. Follow early adopters for more stories on founders and business leaders.